Hey everybody, I figured I'd make a video on how to fix a sunken pool deck. So basically this is my pool here, and as you can see, I basically had to rip up this entire side. I know that you're supposed to have a bit of a slope in your pool deck, so basically from this corner to this corner you should have water running away from the pool. My problem was that this edge here was sunken about 5 inches or so into the ground. So that was putting a lot of stress on the liner, the walls, everything. You can see I got a little bit of cracking in here and whatnot. So I wanted to get it fixed. Now, the problem with that is anybody who wanted to come in and do any kind of a repair here was looking at charging me thousands of dollars, and that wasn't going to happen. I did try to get a guy in to do some mudjacking. You can kind of see the little repair holes there and there and there from the mudjacking. Basically, when he tried pumping the slurry in, it actually raised this edge here instead of this edge here. So that didn't work. So plan B was, let's try to dig everything up and see if we could jack it up. After seeing a couple of videos on YouTube, it actually looked like that might work. So ended up trenching this entire side here. And as you can see, I tried to support everything as best I could with these bottle jacks. So I had to dig down, get the bottle jack in. Basically, I supported the bottle jack with a piece of cement pad. And then on the top side, I would just put some board and go from there. Now, basically, I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation. The entire pool deck has a slope to it. The edge closest to my house here, from this corner to this corner, the slope is probably about 1 3/4 of an inch. And you know what? I can live with that. The slope on this edge here, though, like I was saying, was probably just over 5 inches the whole way around. The diving board side, same thing. That one's probably about 4-ish or so inches. The back side's about 3.5 to 4 inches as well. So this was the worst side. I figured let's see what we can do with this one. So now, just a couple of things. This pool has been here for about 30 years. I know there's a lot to do with soil compaction and whatnot. But I mean, I'm hoping that all the settling that this thing's gonna do is done. So what ended up happening was, like I said, dug the trench, got the bottle jacks in place, and started very, very slowly inching up on all of the bottle jacks. Luckily, the thing actually did start to lift and level up. The game plan was we were going to call the house side true because the slope was again, the best of a bad situation. And sure enough, we were able to get everything to go up. Now, the secret to doing this, though, was to jack it up as slowly and as evenly as possible. The noises that this thing made as I was lifting it were absolutely terrifying. I was thinking, oh my goodness, am I going to collapse a wall? Am I going to crack the slab? And for the most part, I actually got pretty lucky. The chunk you see here, that's from the guy who, when he tried to do the mudjacking, he actually shanked off a corner here, you can see. So to kind of give you just an idea of what we're working with here, that slab was in the ground and we were able to get him up that high. So my final lift height here, I was able to achieve, you can kind of see it here, I was able to get him up about 4.5 inches. So there is still a bit of a slope here, but the game plan was get him up in the air. I was then able to take quarter down limestone here, I got it wet, and I just kept packing it in here. So what I did is I had this lovely 1x6 here that I would pack in. Now, what makes this job a huge pain in the ass, this is what you have to use to pack with. I couldn't get a shovel in there, so I literally had to like take a scoop and then flick it in there as best I could. And then I would keep packing it. So the goal was to try to get it to pack all the way up to the wall as best I could. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty confident that I got to somewhere in here at least with packing, maybe somewhere to here, but I probably still have a void in this section here. So c'est la vie. On the other side over here, if you take a look, you can actually see some foam picking out here. The gap was a lot smaller on this side, and it was super tough for me to try to get any of that limestone underneath there. As you can see, this side here, it's completely supported now. Those were the bottle jacks that I was using on this side. I was able to actually pull them out now, and this guy's rock solid. So again, with this side here, I ended up injecting about 3 cans of spray foam when I had it up in the air. Let things cure. When I lowered this side, and it's probably a combination of all of the quarter down that I packed in here, this side barely even dropped. If it dropped, maybe it was a 1/16 of an inch. So we're gonna see, hopefully I get some longevity out of here. But this is where the old crack was here, and then this slab all the way up to this point here, is kind of independent of the big long run here. So this one here is supported, and it seems like it's actually doing what it's supposed to now. I've been able to walk on it. It doesn't sound hollow, so hopefully my packing paid off. But yeah, again, for me, the big key to pulling this off successfully was basically, the analogy I'm going to use is like tightening bolts on a wheel or a cylinder head or anything like that. You have to go in a bit of a cross pattern, and you have to be consistent when you lift this thing, so that nothing cracks or heaves or breaks or otherwise. So basically, I would go on that jack, I would go on that jack, and then I'd hit this jack, get the ones in the middle, and then I'd kind of go opposite order. I'd maybe take this guy, then this guy, and then keep just working my way all the way around the slab till I got it up there. So like I said, the raise I've gotten out of this has been crazy. The next goal, once this side's done, I'm going to try to tackle that diving board side and get him to come up a little bit. Like I said, all in all, after getting some quotes, people wanting to come in and tear up my concrete and everything like that, I definitely saved a couple $1,000 by doing this on my own. Now, is it gonna last? Is the longevity gonna be there? Well, time's gonna tell, I guess. If you guys can suggest any other things that might help. Like I said, I thought I was a bit of a genius with the spray foam here on this side, because I know they do polyurethane jacking, although for a pool I know it can be dangerous, because if there are any voids on this side, that stuff's just going to run in there and then basically push out my wall. It was super crazy to think that I had all the weight of that concrete balanced on what looked to be just the corner of the wall here, which is galvanized or aluminum or some material like that. I know that stuff's not magic, but I also think I had enough water in the pool that it probably kind of helped me a little bit. But still, when I looked underneath and could actually see the wall on that side, and that I had this slab in the air just resting on that, I was like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. So anyway, hopefully this, inspires somebody to be like, hey, you know what, I can fix this on my own, and I don't have to spend a whole arm and the leg. As long as you're willing to put the elbow grease in, it's totally like 100% doable. And to be completely honest, I was scared shitless to try this on my own. But after kind of watching a couple of YouTube videos and talking to a few friends, it definitely seemed like it was a viable option. So again, just giving you guys a better look at what you can see here. This is the gap that I've filled. And if you take a look at the rest of the way down, I was able to pack it. There's still a little bit of a void, probably about 2 inches or so all the way around, but this seems like it's pretty solid. The quarter down was damp when I put it in, so I'm hoping that's going to help the compaction of it. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, I hope that this is going to be helpful to somebody. I'm just trying to pay it forward, because I got to see everyone else's videos, and that really helped me. So yeah, while there's still a bit of a slope, it was absolutely terrible before. If you put a beer or a drink on the side of the pool deck here, more often than not, it would just tip over. So I can live with like 1 3/4 inch slope. This is cool in my eyes. So hopefully it inspires you to try doing it on your own. Thanks.